Hi, Rumpers. Today I'll be playing Bone Armor OTK. So this is kind of a fun meme deck. It's not the strongest deck. You'll notice I'm still on rank 5. That's mostly because I've been playing a lot of this deck. But it is kind of a really fun deck. Kind of, you know, uh, nice thrill of like a full OTK. So the key card in this deck is Bone Armor. What you want to do in this deck is, get a big creature like the Siege Crawler into your discard, and then use Bone Armor and somehow flip the creature's health into their attack power by using, for example, Ring of Imaginary Might. We also have Hatchery Meddler and running Death Hound. A few different ways to turn the health into attack power. And so, if you can get ideally 2 Bone Armors with a couple Siege Crawlers in your discard, example, from Midnight Burial, then you can OTK them, do 30 plus damage in one hit. So there's a few parts to the combo. So the kind of cleanest version of the combo is you use a Midnight Burial to put 2 Siege Crawlers into your discard, and then you use 2 Bone Armors on a creature that's ready to attack and put a Ring of Imaginary Might on them. So that, if you've already done the Midnight Burial, then you can get 2 Bone Armors and the Ring of Imaginary Might out on turn 8. Instead of Ring of Imaginary Might, you can also use Hatchery Meddler. The Ring of Imaginary Might gets an extra 2 attack power, but if you do have the Siege Crawlers in your discard, then you don't really need it. And so you can even get the combo quicker, though, if you get a Death Hound on board. If you get Death Hound on turn 5, then on turn 6, all you really need is 2 Bone Armors, and you can OTK with Death Hound. Also running kind of a backup plan in this deck, which is Alduin Reanimate. So I know some people are probably groaning now when I say Alduin Reanimate. You could certainly cut this if you feel like this is cheesy combo with the Midnight Burial, Alduin Reanimate. You could cut that out. It's kind of a backup plan if they have a big board. Because Alduin has almost as much attack power as a Siege Crawler, so it's also can be kind of a diversion or a bait or something if you play Midnight Burial and you put Alduin in, then they might think you're going for Reanimate. They might not realize that you're doing the Bone Armor OTK. So you're definitely a lot better off if the opponent doesn't know what you're doing. But I mean, I am running like Seeker of the Black Arts in this deck, which kind of, this card really kind of tips your hand about what you're doing. Because if you, hit them with the Seeker of the Black Arts and it discards like, a Bone Armor and a Hatchery Meddler, then, they're probably going to catch on to what you're doing. So there's, a few pieces for the combo. So, I already mentioned that, to flip health to attack power, we have Ring of Imaginary Might, Hatchery Meddler, and Death Hound. You kind of always need Bone Armor. This is the most key card. And then to help draw your Bone Armors, 3 Crucible Blacksmith. So a lot of times Crucible Blacksmith will be drawing Bone Armor, although sometimes if you already have like 1 or 2 Bone Armors, then you use the Blacksmith to get the Ring of Imaginary Might. You also need a big creature in your discard. So, I mean, ideally you do that using Midnight Burial, but you also, if you draw it, then you can discard it with the Palace Conspirator. So, you really do not want to have these cards in your hand. You don't want to draw them, but if you do draw them, then there's Discerning Thief and Palace Conspirator to help get them into your discard. And then Seeker of the Black Arts is just another way to get cards in your discard. Seeker of the Black Arts is also helpful because I am running 1 Flesh Atronak. I used to actually have more Flesh Atronak, but I've cut some of them. I'm down to just 1. Yeah, Flesh Atronach you can also pull with Odio Necromancer. You can also pull Cicero with the Necromancer or Merchant's Camel. And yeah, I should mention Merchant's Camel is another one way to seed your discard with your, if you can, you know, use Merchant's Camel to discard Siege Crawler, Odahvinger, Alduin, then that's very helpful. So just some other cards in here. Studious Greybeard is another way to, it's kind of as a double purpose. One is to discard the big guys. The other is just to find your combo pieces. You know, find that bone armor, find the Ring of Imaginary Might, etc. There's 3 Quarkland Bloodkins in here. This is the most recent addition to the deck, but sometimes you just need it if you're, you know, getting a lot of pressure from aggro. This deck is kind of like a turbo version. I'm not really running much defense in this deck because I'm really just trying to combo quickly. There are versions of this deck that run Portcullis and things, and that you know, might have a little bit more defense. You could even put like a Zhivkin Banelord in here, because Banelord you can like Midnight Burial a Banelord and then bring it back with Necromancer, for example. But I'm not running that in this list. But the Quarkland Bloodkin, if you can put the Ring of Imaginary Might onto it, then you can get a lot of drain and, you know, a big creature. And you can also just, you know, flip the Bloodkin with the Hatchery Meddler and, you know, trade into one of their creatures and gain a bunch of life. So, yeah, that's basically how the deck works. So let me show you in action. So yeah, I've been playing this deck a lot. It's just like a really fun deck because you know, you get that, you know, that true OTK. I mean, sometimes for the full OTK, you do need 2 bone armors. So sometimes if you don't have 2 bone armors, you do want to, you know, break some runes to get the kind of, you know, half OTK where you use 1 Siege Crawler. Okay, so you always like an Aldo and a Siege Crawler. Well, I mean, Discerning Thief could help you discard them. So there could be an argument with the Discerning Thief to actually keep one, so you get it in your discard. But you don't know if the Discerning Thief is going to actually hit their face, if they mummify it, or like, you know, so I think I will discard them. Okay, have my bone armor, which is great. You need bone armor. Okay, so I don't think I'm going to play anything here. Don't need to use my ring. So the Palace Conspirator, ideally you want to use it in case you, so I think I'll play Discerning Thief here, just to kind of start trying to find my other combo pieces. So Palace Conspirator, ideally you want to save it for if you draw like your Siege Crawler, or your Alduin or your Odahving. So here, okay, I'm gonna discard my Flesh Atronach because it's just too early for it. Okay, so the Midnight Barrel is really good. So now we just need like a Crucible Blacksmith or a Ring of Imaginary Might, or a Hatchery Meddler. I'm trying to think whether I play the Quarkland, but I don't think I need to yet.
Confound you! I'm ready for you.
Okay, so yeah, I guess now. Okay.
Found me out, did you?
So if you have 2 bone armors, then you really don't need to break their runes, because especially with the Midnight Burial, if I have 2 bone armors, but I don't know if I'm going to find that second bone armor, so I think I am going to break a rune. Maybe not the best idea, but especially if they get a prophecy. That's fine, they'll probably just trade into my creature. So I could, yeah, I think I'll just
Our clan is pure.
play these guys out.
Speak if one only listens.
And I guess,
Out of my way, worm.
oh wow, okay. Okay. So it's a little scary. So let's see. Probably want to mute this. So I can kill this. So I think I'm gonna just see what I can draw with the Palace Conspirator here.
I shall be your eyes and ears.
Okay, Death Hound is really good. Really, really good, actually. Yeah. I'm trying to think if I even want to mute my own creature here to trade into the Harpy instead of trading this. I could... Because I can't really do much with this Bloodkin. I think I'll do it that way.
Too slow.
Die, abomination.
Stay away.
Okay. Then do I even bother playing Shadow Mirror? No, I think I'll just leave it. So I really need to get the Death Hound out next turn. Oh, another Death Hound could be kind of helpful.
I do hope that troublesome knight isn't around.
Okay, yeah. Ugh. So unfortunately... yeah, I don't have a lot that I can do here. I mean, I can play the Death Hound and kind of buff it a little bit, but I would waste my Bone Armor, which I can't really afford to do. So I think I'm going to lose this game, but let's just see what I can do. So,
Found me out, did you?
yeah, I don't know what to do here.
Die, abomination.
Yeah, okay.
I'll sort.
Oh, and now I draw my Ring of Imaginary Might. The Ring of Imaginary Might would have been really helpful with the Quara clan. But, yeah, like I said, this deck doesn't play much defense. You're, you know, really trying to find your combo pieces. And I didn't find that Ring of Imaginary Might that game. Or the Hatchery Meddler. I didn't get a Crucible Blacksmith, so... Yeah, so, you know, Crucible Blacksmith, a lot of times you'll use it to get a Bone Armor, but you don't want to necessarily play Crucible Blacksmith too early, because you don't, like, unless you already have 2 Bone Armors, for example, then you can play Crucible Blacksmith to get the Ring of Imaginary Might. If you already have the ring, then you can use it to get a Bone Armor. But if you don't, you know, already have the either 2 Bone Armors or the ring, then you just see what you can draw first and then play the Crucible Blacksmith to pick up your last combo piece. So here, I'll keep the combo piece, keep the Blacksmith. And then, yeah, hope we can find a Midnight Burial and a Bone Armor. So, like I said, sometimes I'm going to keep the... Okay, yeah, so now that I have Siege Crawler, I'd definitely play the Palace Conspirator, because we have to discard the Siege Crawler. I might have played this anyway and discarded the Necromancer just to, like, you know, get the draw.
They will meet their maker.
Necromancer's not really, you know, a critical piece. It's... Oh, there's the bone armor. That's amazing. Okay. So now, yeah, this is really good because we have the Siege Crawler in our discard, which is nice. You know, we don't have the second one. If we can get, like, Alduin in the discard, for example, and then get the Crucible Blacksmith out to get the second bone armor, then we'll be in a really good spot to get the OTK. Okay, so I'm gonna see if I can find something here.
I shall be your eyes and ears.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna discard the Necromancer here. And I think I might as well play out the Blacksmith to get the bone armor now.
Name it. I'll forge it.
And, you know, there could be an argument for keeping the Blacksmith because, say that he starts doing me a bunch of damage and I draw a Quark clan, then I might have wanted to get Ring of Imaginary Might. So here, it's going to be hard to get my Discerning Thief through this Hive Defender. I don't have a Silence or anything, so I'll probably play Merchant's Camel. I guess I'll play it over here. I do want to be able to kill this guard eventually. Okay, so Death Hound. Oh man, but I want the... Oh, I have 2 bone armors in hand already. Okay, yeah, so Death Hound. Although the negation could be useful too. Maybe I keep the negation because I already have the Ring of Imaginary Might. So you might need that silence. Okay, so now he's definitely going to know what I'm playing, because when he sees the Death Hound and the bone armor go into the discard, you know, becomes kind of obvious what I'm doing, but, you know, he might not be able to stop me. Although I do still need another big creature in the discard. I have a total of 21.
Watch yourself, man.
Attack power in the discard, and with the Ring of Imaginary Might, that brings it to 23. Oh, there's that Midnight Burial. Okay, amazing. So, so I think I'll play Hatchery Meddler to kill the one guard. And then I'll put an Odoving in there. So I should have the OTK. So on turn 8, as long as he doesn't like keep putting more guards.
Out upon it. I will have your head. I'll send them all to oblivion.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I need to be able to get through these guards.
You've never understood my work.
I do have the Sorcerer's Negation. I'm wondering if I'm going to negate this turn, just so I can try to OTK next turn.
You've never understood my work.
Okay. Or I could mummify it. I can use negation, I think. And then, yeah, if he doesn't like re-guard this lane, for example, then I have the OTK with 2 bone armors, pulling Alduin and Siege Crawler. So the problem would be if he plays another guard. Okay, not another guard, so we're good.
This was a worthy contest.
And draw another Ring of Imaginary Might. Okay, so there we go, 32 attack power. Right to the dome. Okay, and that's how it's done. So, yep, that is Bone Armor OTK. I hope you enjoy it, and catch you next time.